Hello everyone, this is Crypto Maximalist. Welcome back to another video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and get involved if you like the content. We're currently running a giveaway for those who are liking our videos, so give the video a like if you want to be entered into that giveaway. So we're just taking a look at Dogecoin here, and as we can see, looking like we've had a very volatile time recently. This price action here is just disgusting, isn't it? I mean, there's nothing nice about this whatsoever. Look at these wicks in either direction. It's showing a very indecisive and, you know, just plain, that's a very nasty looking range, isn't it, on the daily? We'll have a look on the hourly in a second, but you can see obviously what's happened, as we've been saying ad nauseum. Funnily enough, Dogecoin's still actually in a bullish market structure here with a low, a higher low, a higher, and now a higher low. I mean, if we came up here and started to make another high over the next few months, Dogecoin looking like it's coming out of a bearish market structure. Interestingly enough, obviously you could still say, you know, overall structure, lower lows and lower highs, you come back up, this is still not a high in terms of this high here, and then we roll over more. But in our opinion, you know, the bear market right now, it feels like it's on thin ice. I'm not going to lie. Everyone's so bearish right now and so fearful, and everyone thinks, oh yeah, Bitcoin's going to like 5k. This is not the same as every other time, like blah blah, we're going to roll over and just keep going down to zero. Ethereum's going to $100 again, all this stuff. And I'm just thinking, like, it just doesn't seem like, not to use emotions to cloud my technical analysis, but from what we're seeing on most of these charts, you know, they're looking very overextended to the downside. They're losing. Look at the MACD. I mean, the MACD hasn't been red for Dogecoin, even though we've been down at these lows ever since we were back here. We made that swing low, and then since then we've basically been bullish, haven't we, in the MACD? And it's the same for basically every single crypto that we've been looking at. Bitcoin, it's basically got no momentum left to the downside. Sellers looking very exhausted. You've got huge bullish divergences everywhere, and it's, you know, it's the same for a lot of cryptocurrencies. And we are down to some of those, you know, those numbers that you tend to see. Bitcoin down 80%, altcoins down 95%. Dogecoin was down, let's just take a look at from that high to that swing low, down 93%, and then it's got a pickup now, currently trading back up at around 8.7 cents. It just something doesn't seem right, especially with this FTX nonsense that's been going on with me. We're right at the lows. The sellers are completely exhausted. We're nowhere near pushing through the bottom of that range, even with all the bearishness in the world. And then all of a sudden, a black swan event comes out of nowhere to push the price further down. It just seems a bit suspicious to me. And that's all I'm going to say on the matter. So taking a look at Dogecoin then, you can see obviously very clearly what's been happening. Massive Elon Musk pump, followed by massive FTX dump, followed by what we're looking at over the past week is a big consolidation, you know, after this huge volatility, low volume. You can see the volume decreasing here on the chart as well. Basically stuck under that resistance, but mostly just coiling up now, and where you can see the highs and the lows are getting more compressed, going into a bit of, a very big area of compression, you would say here, over the past week or so, really just cooling off after such, you know, volatile moves for Dogecoin. Essentially waiting for another catalyst for it to move, because Dogecoin runs off of big catalysts for the most part, doesn't it? And you can see it's actually technically traded really nicely, hasn't it? Big overextension, big capitulation, comes down, retest the previous resistance as support, find support in this area of structure here, come back in, form a bit of a range. You'd say, you know, realistically forming a bit of a range, looking something like this, maybe, you know, more like this, you would say, to be completely inclusive of all these areas. But you could say, you know, probably more likely looking something like that. You know, you come down, you have overextension, you got resistance support, and now looking like we are just over the past day or so, cooling off, chopping it sideways, waiting for the next move. So very simply for Dogecoin then, keeping things short and sweet. If we're heading to the upside, obviously the top of the range up here at around 9.45 cents would be the target. Obviously rolling over, your target is down at the bottom of this range here around 8 cents. We do think probably might see a little bit of a renaissance in the wider market over the next week or so. We do think a bit more of a relief rally, you would say, from that low, because there are a huge amount of divergences at the low currently for a lot of cryptos. We do think sooner rather than later we're probably going to see a bit more upside. You know, everyone's shorting the bottom right now, so be interesting to see what happens next. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you everyone for watching. Make sure to check out the links in the description below to support the channel. Grab yourself some free money bonuses, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next video.